YouTube, welcome in. Let me explain to you Dune Spice Wars. In this video, we're going to be covering what exactly Dune Spice Wars is, how you can win at it, different strategies and things to keep in mind as you play, and also we're just going to rant about the joy, love, and passion that I have for this game. It is so good! Okay guys, so this is Dune Spice Wars. It's a real-time strategy 4X game, and if you are already familiar with the genre, or you already know about Spice Wars or the game, or you're a RTS gamer, this probably isn't the video for you. We're going to be breaking down concepts for people that have never really played RTS games. You know, we're going to be keeping it simple, okay? So in this game, you are not a troop. You manage all of your troops. And that's what's known as micro, is like managing your troops on a small scale, right? Individual units and actions. And then you also have this other fun mechanic called macro, which is where the 4X portion comes in. So RTS is a real-time strategy game where you're in real time making decisions and fighting other people and doing your best to survive. It's not like turn-based, right? And the 4X is more so like you're managing a star system, or you're managing an entire planet, or a very large scale type things. So this has a 4X element because there's this big map here, and you are doing your best to control as much of the map as you can, and a lot of other fun little things that we'll be talking about shortly.
Ready for the hunt.
So this is the research area. I don't have time to explain too much about the exact actions that I'm doing, and you're just gonna kind of, I guess, zone out while I click on a bunch of things, and you can see the game for what it is while I talk to you about it. And if you do want more of me like explaining my actions, bro, I got probably 1,000+ hours on my YouTube channel just me playing Spice Wars. Okay, so you have these units, and you micro them around the map, and you capture villages. And in these villages, you build buildings, and they all help your economy. It is very much so like Civ. Very much so like Civ, exactly. But Civ is turn-based, right? And that's where the real-time strategy element comes in. It's so fun.
Ready for the hunt.
And so, yeah, like StarCraft. That's a great example, a well-known version. And so with your macro, you are desperately trying to get as many of these resources as you can. So in this game, there's a total of 7 different resources. You have Solari, which, and remember, this is all based in the Dune universe. So if you're not familiar with it, the Dune universe is this Frank Herbert, who's the author of the Dune novels. They're in the movies. Check them out. Pretty good. Books are pretty good. Didn't really like the third one, and only really read the first and second, you know, but shh. But the game is so good. Okay, so you come in strong with the Dune universe, so it's all themed around that. So you have the honorable Duke Leto Atreides, the evil Baron Vladimir Harkonnen, you know, the strong Padishah Emperor Shaddam IV. You know, you have it all in this game. And right now I'm playing as the venerable Archduchess Armanda Ikaz. And so she's just like a baddie, right? She's a queen baddie, right? This is her. Oh wait, you can't see her, but this is her up in the corner. And so you play as a faction. You get to pick them before the match, and they each have their own abilities and things. So like the Honorable Duke from the show, and from the books and the movie. He's very noble and honorable. And so your boy Atreides, his faction and his play style is very similar. He doesn't sacrifice his units. He actually has mechanics to try to keep them alive for as long as possible and save them. He struggles to assassinate other players, whereas the evil Baron Vladimir is like has so many mechanics designed to help him assassinate. Okay, so yeah, we're in the Dune universe, and you're trying to gain control over Arrakis, is really the premise for the game. So there are 3 ways that the game developers decided you can control Arrakis, and they're so cool. So the first one is through hegemony. That's the typical win condition, and that's what most games end up playing into. Hegemony is just a fancy word for coolness or respectableness. And so just think of hegemony as a noun for like power or yeah. And so the more hegemony you have, if you get enough of it over Dune, you are hereby declared the master of Arrakis, and you just win, right? The game ends. Whatever state the game is in doesn't matter because you met the conditions to win the game, right? So if you're familiar with
What's the plan?
if you're familiar with just board games, right? Like in Sorry, the game doesn't end. It's just that this one dude got all of his pieces into his little home base or
Ready
whatever,
for the hunt.
right? That's kind of the similar process. Doesn't matter where they're all at. As long as you get your hegemony before them, you win. Even if they're one hegemony behind you, right? So hegemony is counted in a number system. And so you get up to 30,000 hegemony. Once you get to 30,000, you are the ruler of Arrakis. And so you get hegemony in several different ways, one of which is by owning villages. So the more regions you control, the more power you have, right? Each faction has their own unique mechanics for other ways they can boost it. But for now, that's where we'll leave that. We don't want to get too in the weeds. Another honor meter, kind of, Joe. Very interesting idea to bring up. I love that. There is kind of an honor meter. So the other way to win the game, one of the 3, is through political power. And so think of political power as this thing called influence, right? How much can your faction influence Arrakis? And so influence is actually a resource in the game. And it can be spent on the Landstrat Council. So in the Dune universe, there's a triumvirate of power that is in charge of the known universe. And it is the Padishah Emperor, obviously. He works with the major houses, Padishah Emperor, major houses, and then over here on this corner is the Landstrat Council. And think of the Landstrat Council if you've ever seen like medieval movies or things like that, like Game of Thrones, how the ruler during the Great War will call for his bannermen, right? The
At your command, my lady.
just like little villages and little minor helpers, and just like, you know, not the major houses, the minor houses, you know, villager swag, right? Yeah, why not? And so you deal with the Landstrat. Oh, by the way, there's worms that eat your people and things. God, the spice melange, dude, it's so cool. Like that worm just popped up out of nowhere and ate my guys, dude.
At your command.
Dune takes no prisoners.
What do you need?
Okay, guys, my economy is absolutely shattered. So I'm losing 130 Solari a day, and I have been so focused on explaining the game that I'm not even playing well at all right now. I'm making poor decision after poor decision. This is hilarious.
We serve to the best of our
And so
At your command, my lady.
Tremors. Exactly, Joe. Just like Tremors, brother. Dude, you have it's funny that you're definitely like my friend from high school, right? Like we grew up in the same time period of these memes and these generational things that we don't even really recognize as generational, but they totally are, you know? Like you could ask so many kids these days that were our age, you know? It's crazy. Anyways, guys, back to the spice. So you get your Fuck, I shouldn't have pillaged that. You get your... Wait. No. You get your minor houses to like you more by increasing your land strat standing. And so if you get so much influence over the land strat houses, if you go back to that triangle, you are now a major house and you control the other part of the triangle, the land strat council. So now all of a sudden you have enough power to overthrow the emperor and you are the god of Arrakis.
What's the plan?
And so it is always good to boost your standing with the land strat council. And so there's this mechanic in the game known as your land strat standing. And it's your current political power within the land strat. And if you have a really low land strat standing, bad things happen. If you have a good one, good things happen. And it's just like perks and bonuses that affect other aspects of the game. So this is just another neato little burrito that adds flavor to the game, right? I mean, look at this artwork. And so you... Oh god, guys, I'm so poor and pillaging is double money right now. Ah, it hurts, but we're gonna do it. Oh, so if you pillage a village, you raid it for resources, and so then they don't like you. They don't like you. So now, if I wanted to try to annex this village, which is just a fancy word for takeover, they wouldn't want me to, and they would yell at me. So it costs more authority. Authority is similar to hegemony, where it's just like, you know, how powerful you are, how scary you are. So if you have more authority, you're able to exert it over the village and annex it, right? You know, if I don't respect you, you know, you must respect my authority, you know? So,
At your command,
as the person pillaging, this is really bad because I need to claim these villages. I really do. But because my economy is so low, because Solari's, you know, the economy, the currency in this universe, I chose to instead pillage for money and raid them, and they'll just hate me, and I'll just have to deal with that problem later when I get there. You know, like I don't have time to deal with that right now. I don't have the money to deal with that right now, guys. Okay, and so we talked about the land strat standing a little bit.
What's the plan?
And so if you become the Dune governor, you will win the game. So that's the other way to win. Oh, please save this village. So right now this raider from a nearby siege showed up and said, we're raiding this village, and he just took it away from me, unfortunately. Because I didn't get my units there in time. Oh, so many things are going wrong. The spice is not flowing right now, guys. Okay, and so as you... There are 4 players in this match. You have the smugglers, led by the guy known as Esmar Tuic. And they're just like dudes that are stealing spice. They're scrappy. Think of them similar to like guerrilla warfare.
Ready for the hunt.
Wait, I could have just abandoned this village and gotten my authority back because of a mechanic with one of my counselors. And that's what's so cool about this game, is there's a million different mechanics, and you have to remember and account for all of them at all times to truly play at the highest level. And so it's so easy to make mistakes and do things wrong, and even though you, in a perfect setting, where you could slowly analyze and decide you would do everything right. That's the fun aspect of the real-time aspect of just, oh, I don't have time to think properly, I gotta go! You know, oh, it's so good. Dune Spice Wars, baby. And so you are... yeah, prisoner's dilemmas, exactly.
Yes, my lady Archduchess.
And so matches last anywhere from an hour, if a really good player is fighting bad players, or 3 hours if everyone is evenly paced and win conditions get shut down. But typically in a pro player match, no win condition gets completely off the board, to where most matches will end at the 2.5 hour mark or soon. Very rarely do the best players have a 3+ hour long match. Guys, we're gonna go for a polar sanctuary because I think it could be cool.
What's the plan?
You fool! Okay, ooh, double from pillaging villages right now.
Anything for our liege. We're here. Honored to serve you.
Yeah, so you can become the governor. Now, there are a lot of ways that the governorship can happen. And with the Landsrad Council, you have to gain these things called charters. Think of them as like government positions, you know, like the governor, or the treasurer, or the master of water, or in this game, the speaker of the council, the judge of the council, the eye of the council, right?
Honored to serve you. What do you need?
And so you are...
Yes, my lady Archduchess.
Whew!
Anything for
Guys,
our
we are
liege.
doing a lot. Holy crap, I don't have any water. Oh no. Guys, so one of the resources in this game is plascrete. That's like what you use to build buildings. Manpower is what you use to recruit units and maintain your military and heal them. Fuel cells is what you use to build mechanical components, major buildings, and stuff like that. Water is what you use to traverse around the desert. So if you run out of water, you're in a little bit of a spooky situation because you can't really go anywhere or do anything. Now, back to what I was talking about, governor. It's taken me so long to explain this. Wait, the Landsrad Council, 0.3 days? Ah, I can't get the village off. If you have at least one government job, and the people of Arrakis and the Landsrad Council like you enough, so you need 450 Landsrad standing, and to already have a job, then you are eligible to be voted in as the governor of Arrakis. If you can win the vote, and the players vote in this menu, and you win it twice in a row, you become the sole governor of Arrakis, and you win the game. Even if someone is at 29.9999.99999 thousand hegemony, 29,999.9999 hegemony out of 30,000 to win, and you win governor for the second time, and you hold it for 30 days. You have to be in governor, and each council is every 20 days, so you have to win 2 votes and then survive just a little bit longer. So it's extremely spooky dooky. Wow, what? They didn't pass this? I needed that. No! I thought that would pass for sure. And so the Landsrat Council is where you vote for things. And every 20 days, everyone gets together, shares a little bit of spice, you know, talks to their spouses, catches up on the drama, you know, who's messing with who, you know, who's got the worst haircut right now. You know, there could honestly be a Real Housewives of Arrakis TV show, and it would be incredible. Now, back to the council. So on the council, you vote for things, right? And one of those votes costs influence for you to spend. Remember, that's another resource that we've already talked about. So influence is different from the Landsrat Council. They're a whole thing. They work kind of synchronously. They work together. So I just sent Smuggler's Peace as I'm walking up. So if he doesn't accept it, I'm gonna attack him. Hey, so look at that, right? I sent him peace, and we started fighting, and then he realized it. He was like, oh, this is a bad fight. I'm gonna accept the peace. And that's what makes Dune so incredible. You can literally go from fighting over a village to being friends.
3, 2,
oh my god, we're getting a raid. Guys, YouTube. No, I'm losing that village!
Yes, my lady Archduchess.
Ready for the hunt.
Yo, what is up, Sniper? Welcome in. We are playing Dune Spice Wars carrots. Yes. Dude, you gotta eat more carrots. Absolutely. Yeah, YouTube, we are live on Twitch. Guys, I'm not gonna lie. I'm currently recording a very fast-paced explanation of what Dune Spice Wars is. So I have to keep chooching on that. But I really hope your stream was good. Moderators, if you could hit our boy with a shout-out, I would appreciate it. I hope your stream was well. If you need a rated one, no worries at all. Okay, and so back to the spice. We have what we just talked about in terms of the influence and the Landsrat Council. Now, you get votes, and votes are different from influence. And so you all work together with your votes, the amount of influence you have, and your standing to decide what votes happen. And 3 different options show up, and whatever you vote for happens for the duration of that Landsrat Council.
Yes, my lady Archduchess.
And so if you are...
Honorable knights at your service.
Guys, I'm so poor right now. Holy crap. I wish I had the authority to annex that, but I just don't. I have to pillage it. Oh my god, I'm minus 200 Solari, and I'm in debt 500 bucks, and this is only gonna give me 500. Oh no, I'm still minus 100. I just have to permanently run around the map pillaging things because my economy cannot sustain the build that I've done. So I'm playing very, very greedily, and it's a struggle bus the way that I play. You know, I like to be broke. And if you become too broke, the repo police will come, and your buildings will start to be destroyed, and your units will start to abandon because you're not paying them enough, right? You know, money makes the world go round. And so you control your units, and you run around the map, you do the micro like we talked about, and then you also have to manage the macro. And that's where the economy comes into play, right? That's another example of the real-time strategy aspect. Now, with council, and one example would be water subsidies. Only the elected faction gets this effect of extra water, and they get to annex a specific village for free. That's a whole other thing that we can cover in the video. And so you have some fun, juicy little...
Anything for our liege.
I completely lost my train of thought. But I do want to know, what was a fun, juicy little... That sounds like I was about to say something.
Not much quarry in the desert.
Brilliant foe to slay.
Guys, I still don't have a single sanctuary. Right now, I'm playing this faction entirely wrong. Like, I'm not doing anything you're supposed to do with this faction.
We're eager for new
This is
adventures.
really bad.
We're honored to serve you.
Um...
My lady Archduchess.
Oh, God. What am I doing, bro? This is crazy!
At your service.
Ready for patrol. On watch. Ready for the hunt.
Anything
So
for our
right
liege.
now, I'm trying a insane strategy that no one has ever tried before.
Listening. Proceed.
And I'll explain it really quickly, and then we'll get back to covering like, what exactly Dune Spice Wars is.
Listening.
So what I did was I picked a counselor. There's several different options you get to choose from before the game starts. And I picked this dude, Rivi Denari. No one normally takes him because he's kind of like trash. But he has this ability, military units at max level have no Solari upkeep. So you don't have to pay them anymore because they're just so experienced. They're so in love with Arrakis and being under your surface, you know? So right now, my armies are costing me $100 a day. Oh, and there's also in-game chat. So right now, Carino, who's another faction, the Padishah Emperor, just said, you have to vote Carino for judge, not Ikaz. And so this vote decides one of these seats that we talked about earlier. And so now there's this chat going on of, should we vote for this person or this person? Because I get certain benefits from this, and my faction has certain modifiers and bonuses to it that make it really hard to deal with if I get into those positions.
Yes, my lady
So
Archduchess.
that's why he talks to the lobby and is like, hey guys, can we just like agree to give me this? Even though you don't want to help your opponents, because it's not like a team, right? It's individual based.
Knight at your service.
But sometimes the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
We'll be victorious. Honorable
Okay,
knights at your
so
service. Anything for our liege.
no,
To serve you.
Shylud!
Yes, my lady Archduchess. An adventure.
So that is an example of a spice worm, which is also known as Shai Halud. And so Carino, the Emperor, just decided to drop his base here and attack me. So that's really not good. So Carino just got a position of power, and he just dropped his base, and he gets 2 villages near his base to protect it, and I already built this village out for him a little bit. So Carino's a big baddie now, a real big baddie. And hopefully now the lobby will be
Yes, my
more
lady
inclined
Archduchess.
to work with me. And so hopefully now any sort of strong position that I get
We're
into,
eager for new
hopefully he
adventures.
takes the heat off of me and people will attack him before they attack
Anything
me.
for our liege.
So we've analyzed and talked about how you can win through hegemony, or
Yes, my
control
lady
of Arrakis.
Archduchess.
We've talked about how you can win politically using influence in the Landstrat Council. Now we're going to talk about how you can win through the power of CHOM. And CHOM is the combined Hornet over advanced mercantile group. And what that means is a bunch of gibberish sci-fi words that are just like a fancy name. And it's essentially the stock. And think of Jeff Bezos in our world today. And I just dated this video. You know, he's a very powerful man due to the wealth that he's accumulated. Oh, no, not more raiders stealing my villages. Oh, no. I don't think this unit can kill them. That's why I was holding off. I was seeing if our buddy here, Jeremy, could land in and then help Samuel. But I don't think he's going to make it there in time, so I'm just going to abandon it because my people have a special ability where if I abandon it, it's not as bad as losing. So, the stock market. Jeff Bezos controls a lot of the world, and you don't even realize it. And that's just the power of having money. Honestly, it's sad. It's really frustrating. I could talk about that all day, but that's a whole different video. So, as I was saying, when it comes to your stock market, if you control 50% of the known universe's stock market, you are crowned the ruling faction of Arrakis.
At your command, my lady.
So it can be a lot of fun. Now, something I would like to point out about the stock market is it's extremely volatile and changes every week. And it's not as simple as just investing in companies or like spending money before other people. While that is part of it.
We're eager for new adventures.
Hold on. Sorry, multitasking.
Crawler on report. Harvester in working order. We're honored to serve you. We'll be diligent.
Muskets are loaded.
Deploy, please! I don't want to be negative money anymore, please! Okay, we're positive money again. Thank God.
Got the big game
Okay.
rifles.
Get an honorable death. We're eager for new adventures. We're honored to serve you. Anything for our liege. We're eager for new adventures. They'll get an honorable death.
We're getting there, we're getting there. Don't yell at me, don't yell at me, don't yell at me. Okay. And so with CHOM, it's entirely dynamic. And that's just what's so cool about this game, guys. Is the CHOM market is different every game. Because this is it right here. And it looks like a lot, but it's just bear with me. Okay, let me give you some homework. So you have some graphs, hopefully you're familiar with those. And we have the price history up here. So you can see how much CHOM has been selling for. And you can see it over the course of the whole game. So early on, you know, the market is just budding, you know. Companies are coming into bloom and blossom. You know, ChatGPT just took off. It doesn't cost that much to invest. And as the world grows and your spice economy grows and the demand continues to go up for spice, it becomes more expensive to invest in the market. And so as you play the game, it becomes this difficult decision of, I'm broke right now, but if I don't buy into the market now, it's only going to get more expensive the longer the game goes on. And so every faction is playing this balancing act of, investing their money in troops and buildings and expanding key elements to controlling Arrakis. Whereas other factions are specifically having no buildings or very few buildings and a cheap army, and they're investing all of their money into the market and to get that early lead of buying in while it's cheap, and you can almost buy out other people of the market, right? So you can see right now I have no shares, and I'm sure you guys have seen why, right? I've been struggling. So I have no shares, 0% of the market. And unfortunately, smugglers, which is a faction that CHOMs, which is what it's called to rush for CHOM, and try to win that way, they're a CHOM. So you can see this bad boy's already at 14%, and if he gets to 50, he wins. But it's even more dynamic than you think, guys, because as he buys more, the price goes up. So when you buy and sell, it'll affect the price. And the Emperor and the Spacing Guild, they need their tax, their cut of the money of Arrakis. And so every 30 days, you're stuck paying a spice tax. And paying your spice tax is one way that you can gain hegemony, which is one of those win factors we talked about. So it's important that you're paying your spices. So here you can see in 21 days, I'm going to owe 726 spice, whereas I only have 320 in stockpile. So that's a little spooky. It's a little spooky. But I can control how much of the spice I'm selling and how much of it I'm hoarding. And so if I'm suffering economically right now, I can just sell all of it, float my economy, and stay in the positive. And like, I'm not gonna make tax, right? Oh no, what am I gonna do? But due to the power of our Lord and Savior Shai Halal, what you can do is sort of front it, where you go low on tax, you sell for a while, and okay, I'm at 300. I want to get up to 1,000 so that I can buy another main base building, which will help boost my faction's power overall and just give me certain modifiers and bonuses, right? Boom, right there. Okay, that's gonna put us above 1,000. We're gonna be able to get this main base building chooching. And because I'm so poor this match, we're gonna go for the Mason Guild. Plus 10 Solari and fully built villages. I think that'll give me a nice little amount. Okay, now that we've got the main base building built, we're gonna increase how much spice we hoard, so that we're negative, but like not too negative. And now we can see we will make tax with 200 spice to spare. But I can't maintain that collection rate because I'm going to run out. So I need to float my economy by continuing to pillage villages. But the more that I pillage the... Oh no. No. That's a worm warning. Oh, thank God it ate my harvester, not my army. Oh! But you see how I just lost my spice harvester? Even though I didn't change my spice collection rate at all, because the base output just got lowered. Look, now I'm barely making tax. And so you're stuck playing this game of, oh, I'll make tax, it's fine. I'll play it super close and I'll barely make it. And then something unexpected happens, like a storm stops your harvester or a worm eats it. And then you don't make tax, and then you don't get the hegemony. And then you don't get bonuses of, for every spice contract you complete in a row, the rate goes up because they like you more. And if you don't pay your taxes, your influence production, which will affect the Landsrat Council and your standing and your power politically. And so it's all just this interconnected jababaloo of spice, warriors, armies, economy, political power, soft power, regional power. You know, he who controls spice controls the universe. And so you really want control of this planet. Is really the vibe. Okay, so we talked about hegemony. We talked about political power. We briefly introduced you into the CHOM market. Now we need to discuss...
What's the plan?
Oh god, smugglers, please don't attack me, bro.
Anything for our liege.
We're gonna annex this village. We're gonna go crazy here. But see, I rebuilt this spice harvester, and now our taxes are good. So I want to annex this village, but it costs me 132 authority. Remember, that's a passive resource that builds up over time. Guys, I just spent some Solari, and it was a bad idea. Okay, so here comes Carino. He does not want me to annex this. He's like, So I'm gonna, instead of annexing it, which would have taken me a while to where he could reach me, instead, I'm just gonna run. I don't want to deal with that. So we'll just pillage it. We'll make a little bit of money. And then tax, we're almost... Oh no. Okay, so he is trying to attack me now. Oh, thank God. So I used a special ability. So now let's talk about special abilities, guys. The game continues to grow. And if I'm being honest, this video could go on and on and on as I break down every single intricacy about the game. But I want to keep it short enough. No! Shy blood! What was that?
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
YouTube, hey, if you're still here, I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!